Hi and welcome to KCNails. This is the video on how I achieved this look. This look was inspired by JLo's wedding. If this is something you're interested in, then keep watching. Okay, we're going to go ahead and get started with prepping the nails. So I have the Sally Hansen Instant Cuticle Remover. And what you do is you just apply to the cuticles. And then you're going to let it sit for about 15 seconds. After it's been sitting, you're going to take that cuticle pusher and you're going to gently push upwards towards that nail bed, making sure to be as gentle as possible. You're just going to do that to every single nail. And when that is completed, once completed, you're going to wash your hands with warm soapy water and it should look like this. So I'm showing you the first option of something that you could do to prep your nails. This is my nail drill. It's 100 volt to 120 volts. You're able to easily switch out the nail drill bit to anything. You just twist the bottom mechanism there and it'll unlatch. And then you just pull it out and then push it back in tightly. Just for the sake of anyone who does have a nail drill, I am lightly going over my natural nail here on a very, very low voltage. And you just want to go back and forth. I usually tend to go in one direction just to be careful. Then the second option would just be a hand file. This is 180 grit. And I'm just going back and forth just to get that natural shine off of my nail. I'm going to go ahead and get my slip solution ready. Once the nail prep is done, I'm going to get my nail tips out. And these are the full cover clear and medium square nails. Okay, so now we're on to sizing. I'm going to take out a nail and I'm going to put it on my natural nail, and I'm going to make sure that it is fit from sidewall to sidewall. So that's what I'm doing right there. I am placing the nail firmly onto the back of, like, as far back to the cuticle as I can, and I'm moving my finger around to make sure that it is fully covering the natural nail. Okay, once that's done, I have all of my nails placed and I know what the sizes are. Now, I'm going to do, I feel like this is a necessary step, but the nails always have like some rough edges around it, and you want to clean that up before you start painting, or else you're just going to have like those hang nail type things. I don't like them. Well, anyways, so there I am. I'm just cleaning up all of the edges, and I really want to make sure that I personally get, you could see that little hangnail thing right there. But personally, I want to make sure I get those corners. Okay, once that is all done, I have my UV LED lamp. It's just for easy curing, and honestly, it works really well. It's perfect for flash curing. And this right here, it's the nail glue that comes with the set. I wanted to take it out so I could show you the consistency. It's really sticky and thick, and it's not like the actual gel polish where that's a little bit more runny. But the reason I'm showing you this is because you want to place a nice glob like kind of in the middle, and then you're gonna kind of like flare it into the back of the nail. Because if you put too much, like say you put that giant glob on the back and then you do this, it's going to make a giant mess. So I just make sure that I put the glob in the center of the nail, and then I kind of flick it towards the back. Okay, so now I am cleaning up that extra nail glue, and I'm just taking my slip solution that I already prepared beforehand, and I'm taking a brush and I'm just cleaning it up. I'm just taking it all off. I'm wiping it on a paper towel, and then I do it again. And I'm making sure that I do this well because I want a nice clean area for when I do begin to paint the actual nail with the polish. Okay, so I continue to do the same thing. I take my sized nails and I put a glob of that nail glue on, and then I place my nails. I want to make sure that you understand that this is not very easy. It takes practice, and if you get a few bubbles here and there, that's fine. Just try again next time. And it's all about angles and just having that right amount of nail glue. Okay, so I'm taking a base gel polish and I'm going to apply it to all the nails. I'm concentrating it again in the middle of the nail, and then I'm kind of working it back to the cuticle. I'm quite careful about working it in the back nor near the cuticle because I don't want a bigger mess. So I continue to do that on all the nails, and then afterwards I clean it up well with the slip solution. I always have that on hand because I do tend to use it a lot. Even if you don't think you'll need it, I mean, I just look around to make sure that I try to clean it up as best as I can. It just saves more fuss in the end. Okay, so now it's time to start applying the base color, and I'm using B074. This is in a neutral milky tone, and it isn't exactly like JLo's where she used a milky white, but I kind of wanted to do something a little bit different. Okay, so as you can see, this is quite sheer. It needs about 2 to 3 coats, and I'm just going over every single nail, making sure I am quite careful around that cuticle again. Okay, so this is after my first coat. It is still quite sheer, and you just want to make sure you clean up around the cuticle before you're placing it into the curing lamp for 30 seconds. Okay, I'm going in with that second coat, and again, very careful around the cuticle. And as you can see, it is starting to get a little bit more pigmented. Okay, the second coat is done, but before we cure for 30 seconds, I'm cleaning up around the cuticle and just on my skin in general. After curing, I'm going to take that Viral Chrome powder, and I'm going to take the applicator that it came with, and I'm going to use it to just, rub it all over that nail. After applying that base coat and then curing for 30 seconds, it should have a little bit of a tacky layer, and that's what makes it so good for the chrome powder to be able to stick. I'm going to go ahead and finish up all the nails except for my accent ring finger. I'm going to leave that one blank. I just wanted to mention these Kolinsky brushes. They're detail brushes, and sorry if I'm pronouncing that incorrectly, but I just wanted to mention it. It's not sponsored, but these brushes are amazing. I do a lot of detail work in some of my other nail videos if you want to check those out on the YouTube shorts, and a lot of them I'm using these brushes. So before going in with this little laced rose that I'm creating, I had to put on a base coat because I want it to be very runny. So you see how I draw the line and then it starts to spread out? That's because I put a small layer of base and then I started drawing. Okay, so I'm taking this base and I'm placing some of it on a palette. And that's because I'm going to take the detail brush and I'm going to outline some of the little accent rose parts that I want to have glitter stick to. So there's my glitter right there, and I'm taking the detail brush and I'm just kind of placing it along the little abstract rose that I had done. And this is actually after I cured the first portion of this, just so you know. So I'm just going to continue on to put the little base coat places. It doesn't have to be perfect because this is just where the glitter is going to stick. So this is not cured. You're going to take the glitter and just spread it all over the nail because, that's a base coat and it's clear so you can't really see. So you're just going to put it all over the nail. And then after it's cured, you're going to take a brush. I just got this one at Five Below actually, but I mean roughly because it's stuck on there. After I'm done scraping it off, I like to reuse the stuff I didn't use, so I put it back. And then I need to really make sure I get that extra glitter off. Okay, so after doing that, that's what it looks like. It's all cleaned up. And the last and final step is to take the top coat and again concentrating it in the middle of the nail and working it to the back towards the cuticle. And I'm going to do that with every single nail. With the base coat all done, I'm going to cure in the lamp for 90 seconds. And this is what it should look like. Okay, so I know I clean up a lot, but it's necessary, I feel like. So I take some more alcohol and I just wipe around my fingernails again just to clean up the extra glitter or chrome powder that I may have gotten on the skin. And then I take a nail file and I push in, you know, that extra skin there so I don't hurt myself. And I just continue to file, and it helps with keeping that shape and just the overall appearance of the nail. This next step is completely optional, but I do think it looks a lot better. This is just some cuticle oil, and this is from the Module Ones brand. And I love this stuff. It looks really good, but also it feels really nice and hydrating as well. So I generously put a good amount on each fingernail, and I let it sit for a little bit, but then I rub it in. So I did that on both nail sets, even though one was already done, and this is the final look. I did improvise a little bit on this look, but I love how it turned out. If you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up and comment down below. And if you want to see more tutorials, please consider hitting that subscribe button. Thanks for watching.